Hey, y'all. Thanks for joining us. We'll start tonight's press conference off with a quick opening statement from head coach Josh Wolff. Josh?
Obviously pleased to get 3 points. It's been a long time coming. I think I think it illustrates when you do take your chances. We've had many games that started like that, and we probably left ourselves wanting more goals. But when the chances come and you take them, I think that's a good illustration of what it can look like. It obviously changes the approach for the opponent, but I thought the guys played extremely well. They started the game extremely bright, as they have many games, and we were able to grab goals. I thought Johan Valencia was extremely good. I think Alex and him did a good job. We knew what type of game this was going to be, with the level of physicality, the directness, the combativeness. I think the guys had real good understanding of what the first part of that game was going to look like. So the execution was quite well, and then the discipline, to continue to compete in along the back line. Brad as well was a good testament of who they are and what their character's been. They fight, they grind, and I think they're all disappointed with the way a lot of these games have gone. But much deserved 3 points, and we give ourselves a bit of a heartbeat, and we'll get ready, try to get fresh for LAFC.
We'll go down this front row, but start with Phil. Phil?
Hey, Josh. Congrats on the win.
Thanks.
So do you think that there was things differently that you were doing tonight in terms of how you set up, what you did, or is this just kind of a case of doing the same thing, creating the same chances, and things are just falling your way in this game after not falling your way in a lot of previous games?
No, I think you have an idea of what the opponent's going to be like. You try to pinpoint some things where you can hurt them. You also think about the personnel that can go out and best execute that, and you put it together. You put a game plan together with the players, and you have to execute it. Again, I think when I think of what the games have looked like against some of the opponents lately, certainly here at home, the start of this game is no different than many of those. You got to take your chances and grab momentum and seize momentum. Rodolfo is a great a great ear in that way. He's quite clear. He tells us this. Much of what he's seen in this league with other teams alike with ours is those opportunities are there. If you don't, it gives them hope. There is quality on the other side, but when you take those, you can start to snatch the game in an instant, and then you got to bury the opponent, which I thought the guys did a really good job with that. And some moments there, I thought Brad held up pretty well, but again, back line, center mids, they did a really, really good job.
And then at this point, you're 38 points, you're 10th place. Still some results to come in, including Dallas, that got delayed. At this point, do you just kind of concentrate on the next thing, or you indulge in a little bit of results watching, check out other games, see what's going on?
No, I think, it's a game. The game concluded. We know there's other games, but we know we have to win the next game. We have LAFC coming here. The weather's going to get cool, so I think they are coming off of we'll see, but we got to see them against Salt Lake, and we'll see what they bring here, and we'll get our guys as best prepared and create a game plan.
Eric Goodman.
Josh, just how much of a weight getting away from this long stretch without a win? How satisfying is it to finally? You guys are all competitive guys, and to come out finally just to have the feeling of winning a game again. How nice is that, given the last stretch?
Yeah, no, it's good to win a game.
And the guys in the locker room, did they need this in a way, just in a sense of, obviously there are more games to come, but just kind of to regain some confidence in themselves and what this group can do when everything's clicking?
Yeah, I think that's the statement we tried to make at the very beginning. You got to take your opportunities, and the guys did tonight.
And then pass.
Colby.
Defensively, what did you like about what you did tonight?
Look, they're a very direct team. Benteke is physical. It's tough to do it with one guy. I think defensively, I like the collective effort. We expected Ruan. We had Nahar. Owen's a good defender dueling, and Emmy on that side, they had to deal with that. They have a little bit of overloads on that side, but there's a lot of diagonal direct balls on top of John Gallagher. So, we challenged the back line tonight with Leo and Julio, and I said the game's going to be won with those four guys in the middle: Leo, Julio, and Alex and Johan. The game is going to be decided, and there from a physical standpoint, if we can nullify some of the things that they want to do, that directness, central combinations, because when they do play long, balls fall there. Now they want to play and get to goal quickly, and I thought that was taken away in a very good way. They still create some chances. It's tough. they got some men, and we had to deal with that beef, and they did it in a very collective way. Set pieces, we've given up a number of set pieces this year. This is a very good team on set pieces. Again, you got Birnbaum, who's been one of the best, along with Zimmerman in this league. I think Benteke is in there. Williams, you got big boys, and the ability to now work together and jam things up and be combative and know you're going to be losing from a physical standpoint, but still putting everything into it. That's what I liked. They held up, they grinded, they competed extremely well, and when Brad needed to make a save, he made a save, and that's also part of what has to happen.
At this point, is there an evaluation process, like with next year in mind, or is it still just kind of game-by-game situation?
We're trying to get in the playoffs. We focus on LAFC. We're pleased with the game, but it's one game. We got 3 points, and we'll get ready for LAFC evaluations, and all that stuff can wait for the offseason.
This question has kind of been asked already, but just to be a little bit more specific, can you identify one or two key factors that made the difference in today's game compared to recent matches where Austin has either lost or had draws? And do you believe
Scoring goals goes a long way.
How come
Emotion.
we weren't able to do that the past games since July?
Players didn't take opportunities. There's chances there. You score goals, it changes the game.
That's the difference. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, congrats on the win, Coach.
Thanks.
Just speaking specifically about that double pivot of Ring and Valencia, just like what kind of qualities do you think that they brought together as a partnership?
They're battlers. They're grinders. They're competitive. Again, when I think of duelers in the middle of the field, I think of Alex, Johan, and Owen. Pepe has a different skill set. So tonight it wasn't going to be about that. So that's why Johan and Alex played.
How do you feel about all the comments about the team and their performance this year?
I don't know what they are, so I don't really care.
Okay, and how about your performance and how do you feel that you have done this
We got to
season?
improve. I think we consistently say we need to improve, and that'll continue. We got to get ready for LAFC, and we move on.
Jorge, you want to close this out?
Yes. Josh, you're supposed to be happy. It's 3-0.
Yeah, no, I am happy.
We don't see you smiling, and we were very happy before you arrived. Actually, when I saw the starting 11, I was kind of surprised. What was the plan? Not having Lima and having Wolfito, and not having Danny Pereira when we needed to be secure on the back.
I think I said Johan and Alex bring bite, and that's what this game needed. Owen brings quality getting off the line, which is what the game needed, and I think they executed well.
Are you going to have Wolfito playing as a goalkeeper sometime? Okay, no.
Any other questions for Coach before we continue? Phil? Looks like, Eric and then Phil. Phil and then Eric. Eric and then Phil.
In a sense, Jorge, with why are you not happy? Obviously, this is the intentional leadership, strategy that you think is right for this moment. Take me inside of that. Why not?
Take you inside what?
The decision, this intentional decision you're making to kind of stay low key. I don't know if it's
We got another game against LAFC. We got a game against LAFC on Saturday, so we got
would
lots
this
to
not
prepare
be a
for.
moment to try to celebrate and raise morale? Are you going to use it as that and try to galvanize these guys, or is it really just business as usual? Nothing changes.
Business as usual. We got an opponent coming. We got to win the game. Didn't change from tonight.
Phil?
And then just kind of some minor injury scares at the end with Leo and with Cascante. Can you talk about what is going on there? Any chance to assess yet?
Leo had heat exhaustion, and Julio, I think, is fine.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, everyone. Please follow Emily Alvarado into the tunnel.